Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're gonna hop into the new permanent EZA over here on JP Dokkan, which EZA's 5 separate characters. This is this sort of like Peppy Gal EZA event right here. Now, even though the major theme is like Peppy Gals and stuff like that, you do have to remember, right, that unfortunately, our girl Pan is not actually on the category team and, like, sort of part of the category, right? Whatever the intention is with Peppy Gals and why Pan's not on it, why Bra is on it, and blah, 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 all that type of stuff. I mean, that's irrelevant. It still would be good. Like, I would much rather the category just be like what Legends does, right? Where Legends, at first they had female warriors and then they just turned it into girls, right? Like, I think that would have worked a lot better. Because then, especially, not only would Pan be added to the category, but we could get Vados and Margarita added to it as well. Some of these angel characters, I think that would work very well, right? Because, one of the nastiest setups in Dragon Ball Legends is when you're rocking Vados and the disgusting Android 18 next to each other, right? So, we're not really able to do that here in Dokkan. Now, of course, this is exactly like the EZA we got, which is funny enough, about 2 years ago now at this time, where we were EZAing, it was the, all the battlefield characters like Technova Shenron, AGL Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, the Physical Super Saiyan Goku, all of those characters we sort of EZA'd at the same time. This event is very, very similar to that, right? Where we're sort of, progressing through stages, and then we fight all of the different characters. Now, I mean, listen, I will say this. It is absolutely absurd how, like, easy, like, this is, right? Because it's like, there's a moment, like, way deeper here in the event when we're fighting AGL MAI, where, I was still just like, whatever, STR Videl is going to destroy, like, I mean, you guys see what STR Videl is doing to this event, right? But I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to put STR Videl in slot 1, and we're just going to keep it moving, right? I'm just speed blitzing this. And Videl got super attacked by Mai and took like 10,000 damage. So I think this EZA is a meme, right? Sometimes it could be a little bit difficult for me to gauge difficulty of some of these because, I have everything like rainbowed and shit, right? So occasionally it can be a little tough to sort of like completely guess like what the stuff is like, but for this one I'm pretty certain that this is just very easy. The other thing too is this is one of the EZAs too where as you're slowly progressing through it, you could EZA some of these characters and make them good, right, to help you out. The final stages are against the TEQ Android 18. She's the last unit you're fighting, so INT units, obviously, are going to be the best by the time you get to the end. But, like, there's just so many, like, solid Peppy Gal units at this point that, I don't know, like, as long as you're not, like, just, like, a completely brand new player, I'm sure, like, you're probably, like, you've got, like, teams that are going to be ready to go to beat this. And again, I'm not completely convinced that you even need to use, like, type advantage and stuff like that, like, because, again, my Videl got super attack type disadvantage before she attacks and builds up her defense, and she took only 10k damage, right? So it's like, I think it's one of these things, if you have Dokkan Fest Videl, I think, you automatically are just going to be able to win with pretty much any build, I think, right? Because they definitely balance this, I think, around either INT Ribrianne and her 120% leader skill, or maybe even, like, the STR Ribrianne, who gives, what, 99% to Peppy Gals, like sort of one of those. Because remember, Videl, not only is Videl giving a full 170% to the entire team, but Videl is also giving 4 ki. So it just allows us to absolutely just terrorize this event. By the way, let me know if you guys like this format I'm trying for EZAs, where, because typically what I would do, right, is the EZA would drop, I would do, like, stages, like, 1 to 25 off camera, and then I just record, like, the last 5 stages. But here, it's like, okay, like, I'll just record the whole thing, I'll super speed it up, and then I'll just do post commentary for it. I kind of like this method, and you guys can see how, like, the entire run is literally just Videl saying, all right, good, GG, see ya, right? Like, Peppy Gals, after this EZA right here, you know, so like these 4 units that got EZA, the Physical Bulma, the TEQ Android 18, the INT VIDEL, the AGL MAI, like Peppy Gals is now starting to look real interesting, right? And you know, we got the Dokkan Awakening for we got the new the Kawaii, we got Margarita. Margarita's not on here, but we're getting a lot of additional options added to Peppy Gals. I remember I wanted this back in April when Videl dropped. This really should have came out with Videl. This EZA right here. I see no reason for this to come out right now, because like now Peppy Gals I think is just a much more stronger option, right? Because like now like there's some actual Peppy Gal units who are really good besides just the Universe 6 girls, right? Like it's like obviously whenever like people are like, oh, like, you know, beating this event with, you know, Peppy Gals, but it's actually just the, you know, it's just Kale and Khalifa on the entire team, right? But now Peppy Gals has actually got some really good options. Again, I'm very eager to get the TEQ Android 18 to full level 10 links and sort of test her out. That TEQ Android 18, provided you're on the Peppy Gal team, she seems like she is going to be radically powerful. I honestly, like, it's stunning how good TEQ Android 18 is. The new one, right? The one that just got an EZA. And this was actually an opportunity for me to bust out Zangia here. Dude, the amount of times I've used Zangia, like, I could count on, like, one finger. Like, she's just not really that good. It's such a shame, because if Zangia came out, you know, 4 months later, she's probably, like, she does everything that she does, but then she also gives, like, Space Traveling Warrior, like, 40% attack and defense and 3 key. Like, if that was the case, Zangia would be, like, way more interesting. She'd actually be much more of a legitimate option then, right? But, you know, she was kind of, like, there was a couple of banner units, like, sort of back-to-back, where it's just like, man, they suck. Like, you know, Nova and then her, like, are just, like, completely, utterly, like, dog shit pointless, basically. That physical Nova Shenron is so bad, dude. Like, he's a GT boss's character that is buffing super class units. Like, it's, I can't understand why he didn't just buff Shadow Dragon Saga units, right? It doesn't make sense. Like, a lot of times I'm not a fan of when they do that. When they split, like, a buff into, like, oh, like, you gotta be super or extreme class of, like, a category. Because, like, a lot of these categories are already limited. They don't need to then be further, like cut in half like that. Like, that Nova should have just buffed all Shadow Dragon units. Shadow Dragon Saga units. Which would have made him a decent option, not only in the Shadow Dragon Saga team, but then also, you know, if we ever got, like, more Shadow Dragons, and we could actually run, like, the Shadow Dragons themselves as a team, right? But I do not know, man. You know, what can I say? Did the moment where Videl got super attacked already happen? I think it might. I think I was talking over it. I think it already happened. But yeah, like, Videl, when I saw Videl eat that super attack, I realized, like, oh, this ECA, like you just can't be hurt, right? You don't have to worry. You're not really going to take damage. Is kind of a thing that's going to happen. And I'm just looking, dude, Peppy Gals, there's now just, like, so many characters. And the thing about, like, a lot of these Peppy Gal characters is how old they are. Even something like STR Future Android 18, the free-to-play unit, like, she'd be super good when you're fighting the Bulma stages. You know, there's the free-to-play STR Android 18, who just got an EZA over on JP, right? Like, of course, like, Physical Kefla, a lot of people are anticipating she's going to get an EZA at some point, and she's going to be ridiculous, which is definitely going to be true. The other thing, too, about Kefla potentially getting an EZA is, remember, she is a Patara category leader, right? Like, she has a real leader skill, Patara 150. Like, that Physical Kefla, if they make her, you know, let's just say they make her one of the best EZAs in the game, which they certainly could, and then she also is, like, a really good Patara category leader, that would be sick. Who is the current... I, like, literally never run Patara ever. Who is the current best leader for the team? Wow, they haven't... Oh, okay. Like, 3-year anniversary Vegito still. And then the 5-year anniversary Vegito are basically the Patara leaders right there. Okay. Yeah, we would see. The only thing is that Kefla doesn't have prepared for battle, right? Which would be very important, I think, for that team. Okay, so here's the final phase, going up against our girl Tech Android 18. Again, there's a lot of int units we potentially could use. Obviously, we've got Rosie and int Ribrienne, who are fantastic. I mean, Oceanus, Demon Goddess Toa, you know, that int Android 18, all potential decent options. You know, again, if you're like easying the characters as you're going through, you could potentially rock the INT VIDEL as well. INT PHY, the free-to-play unit, actually is not the worst option ever for this either, because PHY has got like a lot of dodge. Dodge is very good for EZA events, right? So like PHY, the free-to-play PHY certainly could be a good option, but I mean, you guys could see that still, it's just the Videl show. Like, it's like when you like have like some sort of event where you could bring Videl, like she seriously can just like absolutely disintegrate whatever you're in front of. It was like this in the Earthling category Super Battle Road stage as well, where Videl is just like absolutely like soloing these enemy teams with the damage, her dodge, being super effective against all types, like everything she could do. I mean, I would say I felt like LR Roshi was the MVP in the Earthling category Super Battle Road stage, but like Videl obviously is a huge factor in like how, you know, easy or hard some of these stages might be, right? So there we go. Here was this Peppy Gal EZA. This is a permanent EZA, by the way. So I don't know, maybe if you're a new player or for whatever reason you're not really able to get this done now, that's not really a big deal, because you are going to be able to do this at any time in the future, right? They don't release Peppy Gal units too often, though. So, like, if you don't have characters to get this done, I mean, besides, like, potential, like, free-to-play options or something like that. Although, I am sort of, like, wanting and hoping that we would see, like, a future Android 18 Dokkan Fest. Again, I feel like there's a couple of different ways they could go about that, that would be very good, right? Like, you know, getting another, like, sort of, like, Dokkan Festival exclusive level character added to Peppy Gals, I think, is definitely something that should be done. And, you know, they could easily make her like an exchange unit or something like that with Android 17.